Relatable, slightly uncomfortable. Let me guess. You started something recently. A gym membership, a savings plan, a side hustle, a YouTube channel, maybe even just waking up earlier. And for the first week, you were locked in. You watched the videos. You bought the notebook. You told yourself, this time is different. And then, life happened. You missed one day. And suddenly, that one missed day turned into a week. That week turned into a month. And now every time you think about starting again, you feel weirdly guilty. Like you failed. If that sounds familiar, yeah, that's literally most people. And here's the thing. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack discipline. It's because no one ever taught you how consistency actually works. Introduction, required line included. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, habits, and why people keep doing things that quietly ruin their financial future. If you're someone who knows what you should be doing with your money, but can't seem to stick to it long enough for it to work, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're not just talking about consistency in theory. We're talking about how to be consistent at anything, especially the things that actually change your life financially. Challenging the common belief, early disruption. Most people think consistency is about motivation. That's the lie. We've been sold this idea that disciplined people are just built different, that they wake up motivated, that they want to save money, that they enjoy doing boring things repeatedly. Look, that's not how humans work. In fact, according to research published in Psychological Science, motivation is one of the least reliable predictors of long-term behavior. Motivation fluctuates, your emotions fluctuate, your energy fluctuates. So if your plan relies on feeling like it, you don't have a plan. You have a wish. Why this matters financially, zooming out. Let me connect this to money for a second, because consistency is the only reason investing works. The S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% per year historically. But here's what most people don't realize. According to Dalbar studies, the average investor earns closer to 5 to 6%, not because markets underperform, but because people are inconsistent. They stop investing during downturns. They chase performance, they panic, they pause contributions. Same market, same opportunities, different behavior, and that difference compounds. Clear math example. Real numbers. Let's do simple math. If you invest $500 per month for 30 years at 10%, you end up with roughly $1.1 million. But if inconsistency drops your return to 6%, that same $500 per month becomes $500,000. That's not a rounding error. That's a $500,000 penalty for inconsistency. No fancy strategy required. No stock picking, just behavior. This is where it gets really interesting. Psychology shift. Here's where it gets really interesting. Your brain is actively working against consistency. Humans are wired for immediate rewards, not delayed ones. Saving money feels like loss today. The reward lives in some vague future version of you that your brain barely recognizes. Neuroscientists call this present bias. Your brain discounts future rewards by up to 50%, even when they're objectively larger. So when you skip a workout or skip saving, your brain isn't being irrational, it's being efficient. Just badly calibrated for modern life. The real reason people fail. Reframe. People don't fail because they quit. They fail because they expect perfection. Now you might be thinking, Nick, consistency means doing it every day, right? No. That belief is what kills consistency. Because once you miss a day, your brain says, well, I already messed it up. Might as well stop. This is called the what the hell effect, documented in behavioral psychology. One slip turns into a spiral, not because the mistake matters, but because your story about the mistake does. Relatable analogy, simplification. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't quit brushing forever because you missed one night. You don't say, well, guess I'm a non-brusher now. You just brush the next day. That's consistency, not perfection. Recovery speed. Here's what most people don't realize. Key insight. Here's what most people don't realize. Consistency is not about doing more. It's about reducing the cost of showing up. The people who are consistent don't rely on willpower. They rely on systems, and systems don't care how you feel. Financial system example. That's why automatic investing works so well. You don't decide every month. You remove the decision entirely. Money leaves your account before your brain can argue with you. That's not discipline. That's design. And a framework you can use immediately. Level 1. Make it embarrassingly small. If your goal requires motivation, it's too big. Instead of, I'll invest $1,000 per month, start with, I'll invest $50 automatically. Instead of, I'll work out for an hour, start with, I'll put on gym clothes. Momentum comes after action, not before. Level 2. Attach it to an existing habit. Your brain loves patterns, so don't create new routines. Piggyback. Examples. Invest money right after payday. Review finances every Sunday night. Track spending while drinking morning coffee. Consistency increases when the trigger already exists. Level 3. Track streaks, not results. Results are delayed. Streaks are immediate. You can't control returns this month. You can control contributions. Focus on, did I show up? Not, did it work yet? This removes emotional decision-making. Addressing the big objection. Now you might be thinking, Nick, this sounds great, but what if I lose motivation again? You will. That's the point. The goal is not to feel motivated. The goal is to make quitting feel harder than continuing. When stopping requires effort, consistency becomes the default. Storytelling. Personal style lesson. I've seen this over and over. People ask me, Nick, what's the best investment strategy? And they expect some advanced answer. But the truth is boring. The best strategy is the one you can stick with during market crashes, boredom, self-doubt, and long stretches where nothing seems to happen. That's consistency. Progressing to a surprising insight. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't want consistency. They want results without boredom. But boredom is the price. Every financially successful person you admire paid it. Quietly, repeatedly, without applause. Clear steps, recap, and application. So here's what to do. Starting today, shrink the goal, automate or systemize it. Expect imperfection, measure attendance, not outcomes. Resume immediately after failure. That's it. Not sexy, not viral, but effective. Strong motivational close plus CTA. Because building a better financial future doesn't start with earning more. Sometimes, it starts with finally doing the boring thing one more time than everyone else. If this video helped you rethink consistency, even a little, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who keeps starting over. I'll see you in the next one.